Today is April 2nd. Welcome on in to Daily Cards Live here on Claves Online, brought to you by Munganess St. Louis Acura and Royal Banks of Missouri. I'm Joe Roderick, joined alongside by Bob Ramsey. Rammer, the Cardinals win last night, and I think maybe, we'll see, but it's a lot more fun to play teams that aren't the Dodgers.
So far, so good. That is a true statement. I would agree with that. You're playing now. You get to play with mere mortals.
I did as the game was going on last night, and I was enjoying the offense. I was enjoying seeing, hits and 1, 2, 3 innings and everything else. I went and I looked at what the Dodgers were doing to see if, is this, is it really this much of a difference between the Dodgers and the Cardinals? And sure enough, they're beating up on the Giants too, who you said yesterday is probably on the cusp of being a playoff team, a wild card team. So yeah, they're going to do that against a lot of teams this season. It's okay to lose to the Los Angeles Dodgers in 2024.
Yeah, in fact, I think as the year goes on, the Cardinals were this close to getting a split with them, and that would have been considered big. So. But now you're playing the Padres, and they're not easy, and they've got a nice lineup, and they've got a good staff and a terrific manager, and competition's what it's all about.
Yeah, Yu Darvish against Miles Mikolas, two veterans going for their respective teams in tonight's matchup. Yu Darvish been in the league now since 2012 when he came over from Japan and pitched with the Rangers. I was really surprised looking at his career stats and seeing that he's only at 103 wins, but I guess in today's modern game, that's not, I guess, too atypical, I guess.
Yeah, I think if you really wanted to figure out who he is and how he got there, you look at injuries and, you got the COVID year and how many starts is he averaging a year, how many innings per start, all those kinds of things. And, the modern pitchers just aren't going to get as many wins just the way the game is played.
Yeah, a very good first start for him. 10 strikeouts in his first time around. Miles Mikolas, can't say the same about him. He struggled against the Dodgers. Had a lot to say before the game against the Dodgers, and then went out there and did not back up his words. Have not seen any quotes from Miles yet. I would imagine he's probably going to go out there and hope that his stat line can do the talking tonight.
Well, I wonder what he takes from Kyle Gibson's outing. Gibson was terrific. I don't think any of us expected him to be that good, as the fifth starter on the team, a guy who had a very high ERA, hey, let's get some innings and, hopefully still be in the game. I don't know if I'd call him dominant, but by gosh, he was good.
You call Kyle Gibson the fifth starter on the team. I guess I don't see it. I mean, yeah, he was fifth in the rotation, but when you look at the way the rotation was made up, it really does look like the plan was to go right, left, right, to split those two lefties, and therefore Kyle Gibson just kind of got moved to the back of the line. I would think that if you had a playoff series, a 3-game wild card series, my guess is Kyle Gibson, Lance Lynn, it's going to depend on how they perform in the regular season to depend who gets that one of those starts. I would think your hope is that Kyle Gibson is starting one of those 3 games, even though we are 6 months away from any kind of discussion like that.
I don't know who's going to be good.
Right.
I hear what you're saying, but it could be Thompson, Matz, and Gibson. Who's going to be good? I don't know.
Right. I guess another way.
But that's the problem with the team.
I guess another way
is going to be good.
Okay, a current way to say that then, you call Kyle Gibson, you say he's the fifth starter.
Well, he's fifth.
When Sonny Gray comes back, who leaves the rotation?
I don't know.
Not Kyle Gibson. So therefore, Kyle Gibson, I wouldn't say is my fifth starter.
Well,
you get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying here?
But part of that was you're basing it's on what if his and Thompson's stats were reversed? Would you still be saying that?
I think Zach Thompson is the first to leave the rotation.
But what if – no, you didn't answer my question. You changed the question, Captain Kirk, which is a brilliant move. That's why he's Captain Kirk. But what if in these first 2 starts the stat lines were reversed? You wouldn't be saying that. But
in the first week of the season, I would be saying that, yes.
The truth of the matter is it's not likely Thompson is going to beat out Kyle Gibson for a fifth position. I completely agree. But my whole point is, I don't know who's going to be good. What if Gray comes back and he stinks? Well, you're going to give him a chance to be good because of veterans with a track record, whereas Thompson may not have that kind of leash. And I think that's where you and I can agree.
The lineups are out for tonight's game in 8:40 St. Louis start time for tonight. Brendan Donovan once again leads off, but tonight he is at second base. Paul Goldschmidt's at first. Wilson Contreras bats third behind the plate. Nolan Arenado is at third. Alec Burleson is your DH. Jordan Walker in right field. Victor Scott batting seventh in center field. Michael Ciani batting eighth in left field. And Mason Wynn at shortstop batting ninth. Rammer, I believe we had this discussion last year. And if I cared enough to go back and look at the tapes, I would. But
no. Neither one of us wants that.
I wouldn't want to do that if the Cardinals won 110 games last year and I was invested in every game. I was so checked out at the end of last year. There's no chance I go back and look at those tapes from a year ago. But I believe I said that Mason Wynn was going to be in the 9th spot in the lineup for the entire 2024 season at some point. And sure enough, you're bringing Michael Ciani into the lineup tonight. Mason Wynn still batting ninth.
Well, it's a great spot for him. If it's June 15th and he's hitting .330, he won't be hitting ninth.
Okay. I can agree with that. Yes. I would love to see that be the case.
Would that be cool?
Come June 15th. For him. Quickly, the Padres lineup: Xander Bogaerts at second, Fernando Tatis Jr. is in right, Jake Cronenworth at first, Manny Machado DHs, Ha-Sung Kim at short, Jurickson Profar in left, Luis Campusano is behind the plate, Tyler Wade at third, and Jackson Merrill, the 20-year-old with his first career home run last night, is batting ninth, got the silent treatment in the dugout after going with the Oppo Taco to left field, walked into the dugout, nobody there to greet him or give him high fives until he made it all the way through to the other side. You love to see those moments, even if it is against your team.
Well, it's fun to see guys enjoying a young guy's success and having fun with them. That's all good stuff. Regarding last night, still too many strikeouts out of the Cardinal offense. It's great to see Donovan get going. I can't imagine. It's hard for me to think of anybody who doesn't love watching Brendan Donovan play baseball. And the fact that he's getting some results and kind of got off the schneid a little bit after the slow start in LA is great. For all the folks, and I can't recall if you're one of them. I don't think so. You're a little more balanced than most when it comes to baseball philosophy.
Wait to hear what you have to say before I agree to that.
The Cardinals got 2 bunt base hits last night, and where's the outcry of anti-buntites just saying that this is awful and it's bad baseball?
Oh, I'm 100%. I am for bunt base hits. You lay down a bunt for a hit, all for that. Especially Matt Carpenter. If you are going to still shift according to shift rules in 2024 against Matt Carpenter, and he can get that down, take it.
But there's a segment of baseball analysts who hate the bunt no matter what.
No, get on base. That's the name of the game. Get on base.
Can we argue that Mason Wynn was sacrificing or going for a hit? He sure ran like he was going for a hit.
You still get it down. I mean, if you have the speed of a Mason Wynn, Victor Scott, if they're going to lay a bunt down, you still run your ass off down to first base and you try to beat it out. And you try to cause even more issues, because what's better than sacrificing the runner over and putting a runner on second with 1 out? Putting guys at first and second with nobody out. It causes even more problems for the defense.
I did see somebody say, why bunt when you got Scott on first and he can steal? I get that. And probably he's going to be an 80% success base stealer. I wonder what Wynn's bunt percentage will be of getting on. Might not be 80%, but it'll be high. I just think that the more guys you can get on base in front of the top of the order, is a good thing. But I could see somebody saying, give Scott a chance to steal first.
And then move him over to third. I mean, take it a step
try
further
and beat it out.
over to third. Or Rammer, God, I hope we see it at some point this year. I did not get a chance to see Whitey Ball. You did, so maybe you can attest to this happening. I would love to see a bunt and run where the guy ends up on third, steals second, ends up on third. I would love to see it. I don't know how effective it is in Major League Baseball. I can tell you in 8th grade baseball, it works all the time.
It's all baseball.
So if you could pull it off and do it. But at some point we will see. And I'll come on here the next day and call it the Victor Scott game when we get to see him just run wild on the bases and do some things on a on a game. Which, by the way, is it Wyatt Langford of the Rangers? I don't know if you saw him last night when
almost beat it.
He tried to
that was the
night.
best little league play in the big league. It was awesome.
I really need to do some more show prep and have the video ready to go and play on here. But if you did not see it last night, he was on first base, stealing second. There was a ground ball to the shortstop, and he did, or I guess to the third baseman who was shifted over. They were shifted way over, and he kept running to third, beat the third baseman to the bag, saw the catcher was covering third, and tried to beat the throw home. The pitcher wasn't backing up anywhere. It was just kind of standing in the middle of the field, and the pitcher was able to beat him and tag him out at home by about a step and a half.
Just in time.
Yeah. But it was one of those that if Victor Scott or Ellie De La Cruz tried to do it, they would have been safe standing up at home.
In fact, I would suggest that that could be a nice instructional video for your kids. Hey, you're a pitcher. You better not be standing and watching.
Right.
You've got somewhere to be.
Always still going to be a part of the play. The lineup tonight, as we mentioned, Cardinals going with a different look tonight. Nolan Gorman definitely needing the night off with another few strikeouts last night in the victory. But this lineup still, it's nothing too crazy. Wilson Contreras fits nicely between Paul Goldschmidt and Nolan Arenado, and you saw Nolan Arenado have a good game last night with a couple of base hits, much needed from his time in LA.
Yeah, and I'm fine with it. If the middle of the order continues to struggle, but Victor Scott's got to produce as well. I still think if he produces, he's got a chance to hit up top and slide Donovan to 2 and Goldie to 3. But it all depends on performance and success and who's hot and who's not. So it's just something to keep an eye on down the road.
Bullpen status for tonight. Kyle Gibson went 7 strong yesterday, 94 pitches, so got through. Only had Then on top of that, JoJo Romero gets 3 outs and 9 pitches. Ryan Helsley, it took him 6 pitches in the 9th inning to finish the job. So that bullpen once again should be completely healthy and ready to go for tonight's game.
Here's my question. And I don't like hard and fast rules when it talks about your lineups and, roster composition and who to use when. I don't like the hard and fast rules. If you had all hard and fast rules, you wouldn't need a manager, right?
Right.
You just go to your card and see the deal. But it was not a save situation. And they used Helsley, a guy who may or may not be the Bulldog most durable type. It's a new season. I'm trying to let go of those feelings of what I saw with him in 2023. But with any closer, is it smart to use him in a non-save situation?
Rammer, if you remember last night in that 9th inning, it was he got out. Tatis, Cronenworth, Machado singled, and then Ha-Sung Kim ended the game with a ground out. I wonder if that played into it. If knowing that you were, I think facing the meat of that Padres order is what played into using Helsley in there. I think if it's a game against I don't want to say Pirates because they're 5-0 right now.
The White Sox.
If it's a game against the White Sox and you're facing 7, 8, 9 in their order, you say, "Hey Gio, how's your arm feel? Hey Jojo, you want to go a second inning? You only threw 9 in that first one." I think then
I agree.
You give them the second inning. I think in this case, hey, you know what? You want to be our closer? Not a save situation, but go out and get out those 4 or those 3.
I think you're absolutely right about that. And I think it was the right call because of that.
Game tonight is at 8:40. Last night, we did see history in Major League Baseball. The earliest no-hitter thrown in Major League history, Ronel Blanco of the Houston Astros. Ron White threw a no-hitter against the Blue Jays, too. So this isn't this isn't, as we mentioned, against the White Sox or any other, piss poor franchise right now in baseball. The Blue Jays have a really good offense, and Ronel Blanco went out there, I believe, 104, 105 pitches through the first no-hitter of the 2024 season.
What's interesting is this early in the year, the manager sticking with him, even though it's so early. At any point preceding the game, did he say, yeah, we're going to let him go to 100, and if he's cruising, we'll keep him in there? No, probably. What do you think the number would have been? 80, something like that.
Oh yeah,
but
if he's given him a hit, yeah.
There are some managers in the game today, though, that we both know would have pulled him after 80 pitches, no matter what.
Yeah. I would agree. Hey, if you're looking for some value tonight around Major League Baseball, you got a good interpreter on hand. Nolan Arenado in his career against Yu Darvish, 400 average, 3 home runs in 20 at-bats against Yu Darvish, and he's a plus 600 to hit a home run tonight in the game. So after last night's game, Nolan Arenado a plus 600 to hit a home run in tonight's affair.
Okay.
I like those.
I hope it pays off.
I like those. I like those odds. Looking around baseball and and other ones. That's the only one I've really looked at so far as numbers go in these matchups. I'll tell you who should not bat against Yu Darvish tonight. That's Brandon Crawford, a 167 average, and he's seen him a lot being out there in the NL West. So keep him on the bench until Yu Darvish is
out of the game.
Gone. And you're into that bullpen. Rammer, that's going to do it for our show today. An afternoon game tomorrow, a 3:00 game tomorrow and then the Cardinals get on the plane and fly back to St. Louis. We will be with you again for Daily Cards Live. As always, brought to you by Munganast St. Louis Acura and Royal Banks.
Royal Banks of Missouri, where better service means better banking. I have a home equity line with Royal Banks, and it has been a godsend. It has really helped our family. We needed a new roof. We needed a new furnace, et cetera, just like everybody does. Hey, let all the work and the money you've put into your home pay off for you now. Royal Banks, 314-212-1500. It's, where better service means better banking.
He's Bob Ramsey. I'm Joe Roderick. This has been Daily Cards Live right here on Claves Online.
Munganast St. Louis Acura would like to upgrade your current BEV experience. The new ZDX offers the performance that you expect from Acura, but upgrades your ownership experience with our award-winning team. Whether you're looking for a more convenient charging solution or an upgrade to a new vehicle, come in today and make a reservation for the all-electric ZDX coming soon. Munganast St. Louis Acura, better than ever for you.